Okay, so let's get started making a code plug. It's not really that difficult to do once you get the basic building blocks of a code plug ready, and that is a good talk group list. So from my webpage, qsl.net/N0DJR, scroll down here to learn how to make a code plug for the notes, and here is the DMR talk group list. This list has every state and it has English speaking countries at the bottom. It is a complete list. A lot of these are no longer labeled or not labeled by Brandmeister because they refuse to label any more channels or talk groups. So you're going to see some in here that have labels like this one, that when you see these on the dashboard, they'll have no label. So I had to go in and find out what they were. Anyways, this is what you need. This is the building block of any code plug. And another note is that you have a 16 character limitation for the display on most radios, especially the AnyTones and the Alincos. So you're going to have to get creative if you have a state like, South Carolina or something statewide. You're going to have to get creative making these names. Anyways, let's go down here to the software. And starting with the blank plug, the first thing you want to do is put your hotspot credentials in here. Transmit and receive, digital, lowest power setting possible. Make sure it's in DMO simplex. Make sure you send talker alias for those who do not have the database in their radio. A group list, the time slot, and your color code. And your name, your call sign. Okay, and that is done here. Radio ID list. You put your DMR, 7-digit DMR user ID here, and your name and your call. Okay. Next, you want to get some talk groups. So the very, very first talk group in your talk group list is default. So if you ever have a channel that is not aligned properly or assigned a specific talk group, you'll see this, no talk group, like you see here. That's because no talk group is assigned. It automatically gives the number one talk group to any channel, whether because the spelling is wrong or it's a private call versus group call, whatever reason why it doesn't like it and it doesn't melt together and come over correctly, and you'll get this, no talk group. So that's how you can look through and find, what's going on. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come up here to Tools and you want to export your channels. And once you export your channels, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to come back up here to Tool and you're going to export your talk groups. So once you've exported these two and saved them somewhere, now it's time to start building. So again, remember we had that conversation here about talk groups in that fancy list, okay? Well, here is the talk group file for your code plug, and this is how it's set up. So if we go back to that web page and we start grabbing some of this stuff, like let's make an Arkansas code plug. So we're going to grab all of this information right here. We're going to copy it. We're going to go back to the code plug, which is right here. And right here where it says radio ID, we're going to paste. So now I have Arkansas. This is wrong. This talk group no longer exists. I got my call sign changed. Okay. And make sure you take off the number one. Otherwise, number one will be everywhere. So the number one has to be blank. The tone alert can be blank. The software will generate those two. But this is really important. The group call, that has to be there. And again, if the name is too long, it'll get chopped up during, when you send it over. So right now we have 17 talk groups. Okay. So we'll go ahead and save this for now. Next, we're going to go to the channels that we downloaded. Okay. So we have one frequency, we have low power, the bandwidth, all the information here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the number one off. Okay. Whoops. We're going to delete that. And I'm going to rename this HS channel. Whoops. For the purpose of the video. And that's the frequency contact. I'm just going to make this no talk group. I should have done this before I made the video. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, and my name and my call. All right, so now that we have the default channel for your hotspot, we're going to copy that and we're going to paste 17 duplicates here. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is you want to go back to the talk groups and you want to grab the names of the talk groups and you want to paste those right here. So now we have the names of the talk groups, and that is also the name of the channel and the talk group. So that also goes here. Next, we want to go back and get the talk group IDs. Okay. Back to the Codeplug, and right here where the IDs are, paste those there. All right, so there we go. We have all the channels we just made. So let's look and see what else is on here. Make sure we have everything. I'm pretty sure we do. And group call. So make sure the group call is correct. And it looks like it is. So we'll go ahead and save this. And then we'll go back over here and we're going to save our new talk groups file. Now we're going to go back to the software and we are going to import the talk groups first. Always import the talk groups first and then layer everything else on top of it. So there, now we have a talk group file. So now let's go get our channels. Congratulations, you just made a first code plug. That's how easy it is. Go over here to zone, create a zone, your hotspot, or whatever you want to call it, and then add the channels that you want there. All right. Next thing you want to do is go down here to your received group call list, and you want to add all of them to that. You can only have 64 here, by the way. Okay, so now that we have the zone, we have the talk groups, the radio ID, the talk group list. The only thing left to do now is all of the settings that you like for your radio, the personalized settings. But as far as having a functional code plug, it's done. The only thing left to do is to write this to the radio. Repeat these steps for the next process, like this. Let's say we want some more talk groups. So we'll go ahead and grab that talk group master file that we downloaded, or go back to the website. And let's say we want to add another state close by, okay? Let's do a regional state. Who else is around here in Arkansas? Kansas is kind of far away. Louisiana is our neighbor. So we're going to grab Louisiana, copy, go back to the talk group files here, and then right here we're going to paste. Let's see, what else do we want? Let's see, let's grab another one. Missouri's our neighbor. Let's grab Missouri. Copy. It's all a bunch of magic copy and paste. The hard part is making this. That's the hard part. Hand keying all this, but I've done all the hard work for you. So let's see, who else? Oklahoma's my neighbor. So this is an example. I'm showing you how to make yourself a pretty decent code plug, okay? If I can get my left from my right. All right, we're gonna paste that here. All right, so now that we've got that, we're gonna save it, okay? Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to those channels. All right, so we're gonna make a blank. So we're gonna grab one and we're gonna paste it here and gonna remove the name. And we're going to remove the talk group assigned to it, and we're going to remove the talk group number. Everything else can stay. I forgot to count how many. So we're going to grab that, and then we're going to mass produce it down here. So now we have a whole bunch of blanks. Go back to your talk group list, And just underneath Arkansas, you want to grab Louisiana State and pull it down. Copy that. Go back to that great big list we made. And you want to paste that name there for the channel name, the talk group that's assigned to it there. And we want the talk group IDs. I need to just close that. And let's go back to the talk group IDs and let's grab those, starting from Louisiana State all the way down to Norman, Oklahoma, South Canadian Amateur Radio Society. I don't know why they call it Canadian. I guess there's a name Canada down there or something. I don't know. And then we're going to go ahead and post those IDs right here. Okay. So now we got that. We have room for some more goodies. We could go get some more, but I'm going to go ahead and trim the fat just for the purpose of this video and show you how this is done. All right, so now we have that. Save it. We have new talk group page. We're going to save that. We're going to go back to the software, and we're going to re-import the talk groups. Okay, and then we're going to re-import our new channels. Just label it right on top of the other one. Doesn't hurt anything. And there, look at that. Okay, so now we can go to the zone. We have a hotspot zone. Let's call this hotspot zone 1. Let's make another one. Next. We're going to call this one, you can call it whatever you want. And then we're going to go down here to Louisiana, and we're going to add that in there. Okay. And that's the last of that. Then we're going to go over here and make another one for the rest of Oklahoma. So here's how you make your zones. Okay. And that's it. That's a done deal. Now you have 3 zones. You have 47 channels. And it's like, what, less than 5 minutes? Remember, there's your talk groups, receive group list. Now you're going to have to add to this all the ones that you want to listen to or scan or have as a static in your radio. You're going to need all of these. You can have a maximum of 64 for each group list. If you have more than that, you're going to have more than one group list. But that's it. Save this, write it to the radio, and voila, you have a code plug. You're welcome. This is Dave, the Soup, with the new call sign and 0 DJR. 73, and good luck.